What it do, what it is, and what's good, YouTube? We are back here this Saturday on the break. I'm joined with some special people. We are thankful Swag can join us. We got Tyson back. We got my man Tevin, the ginger beard, and we got Code. New location. I like it. I like the basketballs in the back. How is everyone doing today?
Man, I'm doing awesome. It's a beautiful day outside.
Absolutely.
Yeah, man, doing well. Back out here in Kansas, back in the good old dorm room. So I'm living my best life.
Awesome. Swag, how you doing, buddy?
Amazing, brother. Amazing weekend. Finally got some stuff taken care of over this week. Got a little bit of closure. Hectic week. You know how it goes with this world, this crazy trash can of a world we've been living in here lately. But, man, it's amazing. Doing
Awesome.
good. Honored to be here, gentlemen. Thanks for inviting me on.
Hey, we appreciate having you. Tyson, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing mighty fine. Thanks for asking. I'm glad to see Tevin in his new venture, which I think he's announcing. Well, he was supposed to announce it today, but I think he jumped the gun on it. We kind of already know what the new name is. And then excited to see Devin with the balls on his bed in the background in the dorm room. He's in Kansas City or Kansas. He's close enough. He's now going to be an honorary Chiefs fan. So I'm just excited, man. We got good things going on.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Tevin, you got me on that one. Like I saw the little the video with you pulling the mask off and getting the cupcake. That one was
Okay,
like a nice
so-
little teaser.
A lot of people noticed it, but mostly people were focused on the cupcake, and I don't blame them because it was delicious. It looked delicious. But yeah, so I wanted to make a video kind of like burying Purposely Bearded, like I was going to bury my logo. It didn't work out the way I wanted it. So I kind of just, jumped the gun a little bit, started setting up my YouTube and Instagram as what is now known as the Ginger Dad, or Ginger Dad is what it's going to be called on YouTube. Why did I go with that? It's because I wanted to go with something that people usually define me as, or that is distinctive about me, and that's my red hair. And also another feature that I love about myself is being a dad. That is one of the best titles God has ever given me, is being a dad, and I wanted to just combine the two and just be known as that, because I probably could have kept Purposely Bearded, but I knew at one point that I was going to have to shave the beard, and it would just be weird seeing Purposely Bearded, talking about shaving stuff. So I decided to just change the name and direction of the channel. And the reason why I shaved off my beard is because I was excited about the new adventure, and I just wanted to have a fresh, clean start for not only the channel but myself.
Absolutely. I mean, we've talked, Tevin. Most of us have talked about the venture that you're taking with different things you bring in. I'm very excited to find out and listen to some of the stuff that you're going to be bringing, and it's going to be great. Also, we got to say congratulations to Code on 200 subscribers. He hit that milestone. 200 now. I'm sure you'll get 1,000 in no time. I know you will. So everyone in the chat, let's give a congratulations to that for sure.
Yeah, I appreciate that, guys.
You need to be sponsored, like while you're playing, sponsored by a hashtag beard code, and like have your YouTube logo there. So then, like all the people that are watching everything go like subscribe to your YouTube channel.
Why are you playing B-ball?
Yeah, that'd be kind of cool. Or like, the next time I get my dunk on a fast break, have him be like beard code. That'd be pretty cool. I'm pretty cool with the announcer. I bet you I could get him throw a couple plugs in there at some point maybe for halftime or something. That'd be kind of cool.
Put the logo on the arm sleeve or something.
Right? Yeah, get a patch on the jersey or something.
Yeah,
that'd be pretty cool.
Get a headband.
Right?
Yeah. I'm still waiting for my jersey.
Look, we're gonna get something figured out. I got a couple people who, if I can get them jerseys or a T-shirt or something, we're gonna get something figured out. That'd be kind of cool.
Awesome.
Get some Blue Jay gear all over the country.
I like it. That'll be the only thing I rep from Kansas.
Right?
Yeah,
Hey, me too.
I know, right?
Me too.
Yeah, Kansas is stupid. Missouri, on the other hand.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, Kansas. You only like Kansas City, Missouri, not necessarily Kansas City, Kansas, or anything. So
I actually prefer the Kansas side of Kansas City.
Okay.
It's nicer over there. Like once you cross the state border, because like a lot of the higher end neighborhoods are actually in Kansas, not in Missouri.
Yeah, very true.
Cold.
That's awesome.
Just started a trend.
I love it.
Oh, I love that comment. I had to stop for a moment.
He was one interesting guy, man. I don't think I could
Yeah.
ever take on that persona.
If you start taking on that persona, I don't know. I'll be worried, and I'll also be entertained at the same time.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh yeah. I think that's how I got people. Everybody's like, "What in the like? Is he okay?" But at the same time, you see him walk into the arena with the dress on, and everybody's like, "Wait a minute. Okay, now I can't look away. Like I want to."
I just finished watching The Last Dance, man, and it was amazing.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
what a
yeah.
good, what a good
Such a
doc.
good documentary.
Oh,
Absolutely
yes.
amazing.
Yep.
Definitely was.
So, Swag, I think you're getting closer to 1,000 subs. I think you're at like what? You got 80 more to go.
Yeah, 80 more, I think.
I can't wait, man. I'm
Awesome.
excited for you. I really am.
Yeah,
That's so
you know,
cool.
when I was thinking of this too, it's like, I don't know if it's going to be any different. I know it's probably, I've heard that it's a lot more work and there's a lot more things you have to really get dialed into and focus on it. Hitting 100 was amazing for me. Hitting 200 was amazing for me, and so on and so forth. Just every single person, when I get an extra one, and I'll see somebody on there that subscribes to my channel, I'm so honored by them wanting to. They may not hit the reminder bell and see what comment is, but at least they hit that they watched a little bit of the video and they subscribed because they like what they saw. They like my personality, and that's, it's just an honor. And that's what I'm going to just continue on focusing on, even if it's 1,000, if it's 1,500, whatever, the sky is the limit, whatever God has for me, to minister. And you know how God is when he comes in and removes them barriers and knocks down them walls, to preach the word of God and to speak the truth of Jesus Christ. And that's what my channel is. And I say it all the time. The foundation of Christ. I love to build relationships with other bearded men. I love to share my life and my journey, 100%, fires and camping and my wife and my dogs. But first of all, it's Christ. So whatever he has in store, there's a plethora of doors that he opens up for us. We just have to walk through them. So, and this is one that Tyson and I have actually talked about this before. Excuse me, over here. That this, you never know that we get on here and we minister the truth of Jesus Christ with people, and God has blessed me with a room to do this in, with some money to buy some products, with some really good friendships that are encouraging. You never know if God, like next year or the next 3 days, is like, okay, enough on this. You've got enough practice, my son. Now I want you to go to a church. I want you to dive in. I want you to go up there and maybe minister or tell your story in front of a crowd, which is really hard for me because I'm nervous. You get me in front of people and a microphone, I shake all over the place. I can't talk. It just freezes me up. But that's where I try to get the fear out of my life and just do what God will have me do. So the 1,000 subscribers, great. I want to hit 500, 1 million subscribers, still be the same dude, and get to say the word Jesus Christ is the truth and what he's done in my life.
Amen, brother. I really appreciate that. So one thing that I admire about you, I mean, not only your faith, but your ability to record in one take, other than your last video where you had a microphone issue, because I think every single one of us is jealous of you being able to record in one take. How are you able to do that?
Well, Nikki will be sitting out there. I mean, it's not actually one take. That is a farce. I mean, I will sit here and I will hit that stop button, delete, stop button, delete, stop button, delete. No, Cribs, you're an idiot. Just be yourself. Just quit being a moron. Quit trying to do too much. It's not one take. I just don't hit it and just flow. I mean, there's about probably up to sometimes 10 to 15 times I delete everything that I'm recording. But then once I start getting comfortable, Nikki will always yell at me from the other room, just pray, honey. I'm like, gosh, dang it, you're right. And then I just get the fear and everything out of my way, and I just start recording. I use a phone. I edit. I don't edit. I do all of my thumbnails from my phone. I have all of my apps from my phone. I sit there, and within, I would say, an hour, hour and a half, I've got the video out. It's just rolling. So It's because
Nice.
I don't dive into Tyson's world and buy all these computers and stuff, which would confuse the crap out of me, that I don't do it. I mean, that's why I just continue on this way.
I love
That's
it.
awesome.
That's
All right.
great.
So just a couple of questions, for all of us, since we're all here. So what do we got coming up for our channels? I want to start with Devin. I know it's going to be a little bit different with you because you're back in Kansas. You're back in your dorm, and you're having a little bit of technical difficulty with the Wi-Fi down there in Kansas. So so the question is, what is everybody doing, and what is everybody doing for their channel that is coming up? Devin, we'll start with you.
Yeah, so like you said, living in a dorm hall is far from the just best scenario when it comes to, internet connections and Wi-Fi speeds and stuff like that. So I actually was supposed to be on a stream last night with Joe Bearded Life and couldn't get Wi-Fi situated, so I actually wasn't I wasn't able to be a part of that. It just wouldn't let me connect because my internet connection was just so bad. So IT kind of helped me figure out some things today. We still have a few other things to iron out to just kind of help things go as smoothly as possible. So hopefully we can get that situated sooner rather than later so I can get back to filming and it won't take me, 7 hours to upload a video onto YouTube or anything like that. I still obviously have live streams to be a part of and stuff like that. So one of the big things is just going to be getting all of the internet stuff figured out. And then, of course, trying to get some sort of either permanent or semi-permanent film set up, ready and set up to go in my room. So that way I have a studio here in the dorm room. I think the way I have the room laid out right now, just with a few other things, I'll be able to get it done, and I think it'll look okay, and be up to par. It probably won't be as great as I probably want it to be. I think just living in a dorm room is going to be hard to get exactly what I want it to be able to look like. But it's not like having a separate room set up as a studio or anything like that. But like I said, just trying to dial in a few other things to get like the film area set up and everything, and then hopefully get back to putting out videos and back to making some more content, because I have a few videos I'm sitting on, just waiting to shoot and review and stuff like that. I really want to just make sure everything's kind of set and ready to go before I start filming any of that stuff. So it's not, just a bunch of changes every single video. I kind of want to get everything done, out of the way, situated, and then get to filming. So.
And I look forward to that. And again, congratulations on your 200 subscribers. Are you going to be celebrating that?
Yeah, so there will be a little celebration. I won't say too much about it. We'll kind of keep you guys on the edge of your seat there a little bit, but be on the lookout this next week. We'll probably be putting out some stuff. We're going to do some giveaways, just kind of celebrate the milestone. I think it's a pretty cool achievement, not something I ever thought that I would hit anytime soon or anything like that. I never thought 10 people would care enough to listen to what I have to say, let alone 200 people. So definitely going to celebrate a little bit and just kind of hang out. Do some giveaways, just have a good time. And Ken, I do not have a roommate. This year, I made a priority to make sure I got a room on my own. I know it kind of looks weird because there's 2 beds in here. If you guys couldn't tell, this is the bed right over here. And then, of course, the bed back behind me. So, but no, it's just me in here. So I have a nice big room all to myself, which is very, very nice.
Awesome.
Awesome. Thanks for sharing, Devin. Matt, what is good with you? What is going on in the life of you, and what's coming up for your channel, man?
Gotcha. Devin, did you say what day you're doing that? Just curious. Or we keep on the edge of our seat?
We'll keep them on the edge of the seat. We'll kind of make sure we get all the details ironed out, but it'll be coming very, very soon. Don't worry.
Gotcha. All right. For me, I took a little 2.5 week break. I got some videos that I filmed today, and so I got a couple reviews. I'm going to start busting out some content here. I got some ideas that I'm going to do. I had to just take a little mental break. Work's been kicking my butt lately, with getting everything ready for when the kids do come back to the school, setting everything up. They're doing distribution at the school, so I've had to help out with that because they're short, because not all the teachers want to come in or are coming in. So it's been crazy. I've been out in the sun. If you can notice, my face is extremely red. I've been getting sunburned. That's the Irish in me. I burn like a lobster. So it's just these last 2 weeks it's been a rough couple weeks. So I'm in a good mind frame. I busted out some videos today before the Bruins game. I got Celtics playoffs that start Monday, just to throw that in there. So I'm going to be working on some sports content as well. I'm going to have some sports videos that I'm working on. Might have a prediction video after the first round. But other than that, it's just more of me being consistent. So look for the consistency, and I'm gonna start busting out some content. Hopefully, to get to 2 videos a week is my goal right now.
Sweet, man. I really do hope you achieve your goal.
Thank you.
Well, I'll go last, but I want to hear about Swag. Swag, what is going on with you, brother? I'm excited that you're starting to review beer products again, opening them up, and just having a little bit of more swag time. I enjoy when you come on because that's just a nice, quiet little moment between me and Swag. But what's going on in the life of you, and what's coming up for your channel, Swag?
Basically the same thing. Just finding my little niche to where I'm not getting burned out on doing too much. You know, I mean, I was getting to the point, the summertime comes along and camping, going out and doing my razor or my four-wheeling, spending quality time with, you know, the family that is here in La Grande. I don't know. I'm kind of thinking about doing some more live feeds. I kind of did an Instagram live the other day and just sat down there and chilled, just had talk. I just like to chill and flow and not have things set up, scheduled out. I miss doing things with Tyson. I really do. It's been something that's on my heart since I basically stepped away for some camping and some stuff like that. And I kind of got a little bit of a freedom. And I let Tyson down quite a bit. And that's been on my heart. And we've been kind of going back and forth and talking. Last conversation we had, really, I think it came to a head. We haven't really had a discussion, but I miss him so much. I miss the time that we have spending together. So I've been praying about that God will give me an opportunity to get back into doing this with my family, my brother, who is, you know, because him and I are best friends. I'm closest to Tyson than I am probably in anybody in this community. And it's not just a community thing. It's a brotherhood thing. Him and I have been through some deep drag out, enemy attacking our families. And he can testify to this as well. But I'm so proud of what he's doing. You know, I love to sit back and I love to watch. Look at what he's doing. Look at what him and Dave are doing. Look at what Ken. And I mean, everything that's going on, me stepping back, I kind of look at it as an opportunity for him to go out and maybe do some other things with some other guys as well. And he's just killed it. So Tyson, I just want to say I'm proud of you. Who'd you have on there yesterday? Liv Bearded. Who did you have on before that? You had the guy from Boo. What's that company name?
Beard Brand or something.
I think it's Beard. Yeah.
Some guys.
But it's just my channel. I just want to evolve, and I just want to be a free spirit. You know what I mean? I want to be able to minister and stuff like that, and just grow. So there's some things coming on, but yeah, definitely the unboxings are cool and stuff like that. But I really want to start diving in, and I'm learning a lot by the guys that are coming to us, to where they're talking about the ingredients, where they're being made from, the technical side of it, from the reviewing. Tyson and I are real big on lights and stuff in our. That's one thing we really mesh well with. Besides price, is lighting and the studio, as you can tell. So that's basically where I'm at.
And your
That's
lights
awesome.
are not on right now. I'm a
Well,
little
I know.
sad.
I don't want to run my batteries down.
Oh.
Makes sense.
Oh,
Hold on. Hold on.
You guys are awesome. I appreciate both. Oh, there we go. That's
Oh,
That's
sexy.
so sweet.
Oh,
Ooh, hold on. Let me get out of this way.
Ooh, fancy.
but
Amazon, I love it.
Amazon is amazing. But I appreciate the brotherhood between you and Tyson. I'd love to see y'all on a stream again. And I don't know, y'all just have a really good bond that, you know, I hope to want. You know, I feel like I have that with both Matt and Devin, but, you know, I always hope to increase my bond with them and just increase my bond with any brother in this community, because that's what we are. We're family and we're brothers. And that's what I love about you, Swag, as well, is that you don't say, hey, what's up, subscribers? Hey, what's up, people returning? You say, what's going on, family? Cribs here.
Yep.
So it just makes you feel welcomed as soon as you come in the video, and I appreciate that.
And I want people to, you know, I want my family. I want anybody that comes to my front door that is invited to my home to know when they walk in, you're in my house, so that means I trust you. Mi casa, su casa, right? You need anything out of the fridge, go ahead. Don't ask, make a mess, have fun, enjoy yourself. Let this be a place of peace and a place of comfort for you to come in, and let me try to help you along with that. And that's kind of the same scenario when I do my videos. I mean, welcome into my home. You know what I mean? Welcome to the family. Come on in, and that's the way it should be.
That's awesome.
All right, so Tyson, what is going on in the life of Tyson? By the way, I like your haircut, or I like the way that you have your hair right now. I always love to see what you're going to do next with your hair. You know, whether you have it in a bun, whether you have it in cornrows, or whatever you would call that. I just love seeing what is Tyson going to do next. That's like a little game I like to play when I pop into one of your videos or when I pop into your live stream. So I just thought I'd throw that compliment at you. So what's going on in the life of Tyson and what's coming on, or what's going on in the Faithful Studio? I watched your last video, which was, I believe, Fable's review, and you said there's a lot of things coming up for, you know, Faithfully Bearded. Do you mind sharing a little bit about that? I mean, I don't want you to spill the secrets. I just want you to kind of, you know, pick, you know.
No, spill the secrets, Tyson.
Well,
Tell it all. Tell it all.
appreciate the comments. Yeah, I'm growing the hair out, and it's like when you get made fun of for having a man bun, and you get to the weird spot where the sides are long or halfway long, you can't do anything with them. It's like let's just be, you know, be crazy with it. I'm one of those people that's like, I like my routine the same, but I like doing things crazy and different at the same time too. So if I can do my hair crazy, whatever, it's fun. And if it gets people like you said, what are you gonna do next with it? Just like the beard wall and all that fun stuff. It keeps the interest going. But as far as the channel, needs more braids. Okay, Matt. It's getting braided tonight during the UFC fights. It's gonna get braided. So
Awesome. I love the braids.
that's why it's down right now. I got to keep it down before I get braids. But yeah, I mean, obviously I'm nerding out over tech stuff. You know, it's a big time in tech industry right now. So I'm actually shooting on a new camera right now. Go figure.
Sweet.
And this is I got the Canon R5 and I used it twice. I didn't like it. So I sent it back and got a Sony because I already had a Sony too. So now I'm running with two Sonys, and I don't know. I'm thinking about sending this one back and getting a cinema camera that's like full-fledged cinematic. I don't know. But as far as the channel, I really want, you know, after being in it for a year and a half, I've had my ups and my downs of interest levels and things that I've done, from reviewing to starting the Faithful Ranker score to doing the beardies to having enemies to having best friends to doing a podcast to doing the Mike Tyson show to I feel like, you know, everything has been so up and down like a roller coaster. You know, that I kind of just want to focus on not that it's not doing beard content, but I haven't, you know, I spent July with one company, and then I just realistically put out my first review in 2 months, this yesterday. And between all the live streams, which are epic, putting out a review yesterday and putting something on the Faithful Ranker score is kind of, it's kind of backed up what I've been thinking, and it's like I've neglected the website, I've neglected the community on Facebook, and so it kind of gets me thinking like, what is Faithfully Bearded to me? And it's not me, it's a community, and that's what I set out to build in the first place, and that's what I want to continue building, is the community side of what Faithfully Bearded is. So I intend on stepping away as Faithfully Bearded myself and making myself more as Tyson, and having Faithfully Bearded as a community of people, whether it be on Facebook or on YouTube, or wherever it's at, and have it more as a community to where people can just kind of like the Live Bearded community. If you've ever followed them, like, you don't see Live Bearded on there on Facebook very often. It's just men that are chatting and needing help and are wanting help or want to just chat and have friends. And I think, you know, I've noticed that Swag made a mention to it earlier that, him and I haven't talked a ton since the summer started because of camping, and, we kind of went back and forth a little bit. And, so to me, that it was kind of something that is pressed into, my moderators on my channel is like, wow, I want these guys to come in and moderate my channel. I've never really talked to them too much. It's just they always show up, so I made them a moderator. I've never done anything for them, and it's like, if I was a moderator in somebody's channel and was expected to be there and kind of control the flow of things, like, why not get compensated of some sort, And I know Matt doesn't agree with this. Him and I have talked about it. So I just want to do something cool, like, for my moderators every once in a while, like give them recognition for what they do for the channel, whether it's sharing out Instagram posts or sitting in every live stream and making sure it's flowing right and doing things right and helping me out. So, so just kind of building it more as, if you might have noticed lately, it's like, hey, this is Tyson with Faithfully Bearded, like I want to be more as Tyson, part of the community Faithfully Bearded, rather than Tyson is Faithfully Bearded. That's who he is as a person. I want Faithfully Bearded. I want anybody to be able to be a part of Faithfully Bearded, and it be a community of men and women and whatever we want to do. That we can be faithful in Christ. We can be faithful in our marriage. We can be faithful to our beard. We can be faithful however we want, but to have that support of however anybody wants to have that support, that there's people there for you. So that's, maybe a logo change, maybe some stuff like that I'm working on, but I don't want to hijack the stream. Like, I talk a lot, Swag knows that.
No.
What?
He just had me mesmerized, man. Where am I?
Yeah, I'm like listening closely. I'm just
Right,
like,
leaning in.
Yeah, like, so that's pretty cool. I'd love to see more of. You're right. The community. You're all about the community. You hit on that a lot last week, and even off the live stream, you hit on it so much of how much you love the community, and you just don't want it to be about you. I'd love to see Tyson Wald, more, because that's what I respect. That's who I respect. That's who I want to know more about, and that's just somebody that just continues to earn my respect and admiration. I admire what you do, what
Absolutely.
you say, your leadership, and your channel. Your channel, what you have planned in your mind is a lot bigger than what the channel is, and I look forward to that.
Awesome. Thank you. Yeah.
Likewise.
Hopefully good things coming. It's just like anything else in life. One foot in front of the other, and continue pressing forward. You gotta keep going forward no matter what is getting you down in life, no matter what's going on with your YouTube channel. We, as content creators, care so much about our YouTube channels. And I can tell you from firsthand, like Eric Banholz, Spence, my YouTube channel didn't grow, they're cool people. They're down to earth people. And I think a lot of times we have this mantra of people are bigger than us and people are better than us and things like that. And it's just like, no, everybody just wants to be viewed as most people want to be viewed as another person, as a friend. And I think both of them appreciated getting into this littler side of the community and getting to talk to customers,
Very true.
It's awesome.
New
Bargain
diet sucks.
The diet sucks. What's the diet?
Oh, I just am back on
Just pizza?
Oh,
I'd love pizza right now.
Yeah.
some smoked pineapple pizza. So
I don't care what kind of pizza it is. It's just pizza. Pizza's amazing. Hamburgers, steaks, food.
Oh, see, man, I'm already pizzaed out. Eating in the college cafeteria, pizza's about the only thing that they can't possibly
that's not
seem to mess
pizza, man.
up.
That's
What?
fake pizza.
That is,
Yeah.
how can that be?
Man, our college cafeteria, I love Tabor, but if anyone from Tabor is watching this, whoo, man, that cafeteria needs some help.
You got any restaurants close by? Any like takeout, Chick-fil-A, anything like that?
No, dude, I'm talking smack dab middle of nowhere, Kansas. We have
So you got
a
McDonald's
Wendy's.
and Dairy Queen, huh?
We have a Wendy's and a Sonic, and that's it, man.
Sonic's all you need.
Sonic?
Sonic
my
is all you need.
That's
You
know,
perfect.
I've eaten Sonic 3 times, and I got here Thursday.
Yes.
night, man. I've eaten Sonic 3 times already. I'm like, oh
Hey.
man,
It'll be 3 more
it's
times
rough.
by the end of next week too.
Oh,
Maybe 5
yeah,
more
at
times
least.
if I was there.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
at
I'd go
least.
probably every day.
Oh yeah, it's a once a day type of thing, man. I'm like over here like, do I want to buy a new bottle of beard oil or do I want to eat in the cafeteria? I'm gonna go buy Sonic instead of buying some beard oil. Like it's it's rough.
Yeah, it sounds like that
Well, you're-
7-Eleven pizza.
The thing
Yeah.
about it is, and this is where part of the community thing is like, you got 200 subscribers, you've made some impressions with Define Beard Company, like you're at the point where I mean you should be getting some stuff. You might still have to buy some stuff, but you should be getting some stuff sent to you to have your take on things. So hopefully you can, while you're getting through school, continue to keep products flowing and eat Sonic without breaking the bank too much.
Yeah, that's
I'll
the
just drive down to
plan, man.
Kansas and check out a game and bring you some beard oil.
There we go. Yeah,
if you
come
go
down,
to
come
Chiefs
watch
game
us
with me,
play.
we'll do it.
Look, I'll go to a Chiefs game when they play the Broncos. We
I
can
was
make that
going to say
happen.
that's perfect. It's a division game.
Yeah, we can make that happen.
All right,
Bill,
so
we're playing the Raiders.
I'm gonna. I don't want to hear that. You got 2 Raiders fans in here. You also
I
got
have
a
a-
Broncos fan,
Raider
and then you got
Nation,
a,
baby.
and then you got a cheater over here and a Patriots fan.
Whoa. I do have a Raiders question when we get to that portion of the show.
Sure. I want to answer this question, and then I want to say something to Tyson because that's a very good question. Do you think he'll catch any flack on the adult beverage reviews? Yes and no, because I mean, there's nothing wrong with drinking. It only happens when you become drunk. That's when it becomes an issue. I mean, my pastor drinks. I mean, people that I know that are a part of the association that I associate with also drink, but they don't get drunk. So no, I don't think I'm going to catch any flack. CBD, I didn't think I was going to catch any flack from it, but we'll get to there when it happens, and hopefully we can have a nice civil discussion. And then moving on to Tyson, Tyson, you kind of hinted at it when you were talking about your man bun, and it's probably going to go into a different, a whole new discussion. But I just want to apologize and start something new. Apologize for calling you Man Bun Tyson. You deserve a lot more respect than me to describing you by the style of your hair, which is, it's not cool. You're more than Man Bun Tyson. You're Tyson. I just want to apologize for doing that. I mean, I don't like it anymore when people call me Strawberry Dream, or even now I get that I'm clean shaven. I don't want to be known as that ginger kid, and there's nothing wrong with it. If you're making fun, I get it. I totally get it. But, we deserve a lot more respect than what we've been giving each other lately as a community.
I agree completely.
Yeah,
Definitely agree.
I think it's fun to joke around as men and play with it as long as it just doesn't. Okay, that sounded bad. It's fun to joke around as men and play with the jokes a little bit and poke at each other. But it's just it can go too far, and that's
Yeah. And it's okay with a little bit of banter and stuff like that. To poke
Yeah,
each
oh, yeah,
other.
yeah.
But if it becomes a situation, and I'm going to give an example. When I first got out of my last treatment of eating way too many Percocets, the opiates, and drinking way too much alcohol with them at the same time, and my life fell completely apart. I came back to my job after a month later, and there was some new kid in my station. I don't think they were trying to replace me, but they definitely had a spot they needed to fill while I was gone. So I came in, and this kid was very nice. I had an opportunity to either be a dominant force in his life or somebody that was loving and caring and supportive and took him under my wing. I definitely kicked him out of my spot and told him to move all of his stuff and to put it in a different file somewhere else, because this is Cribbs' hole. And but you stay right here because I want to teach you some things. And we got to do a good relationship. But probably the third day back, my coworkers ended up giving me what was it? Who was the guy off of, I think it's Freddy, Nightmare off Elm Street with the claws?
Yeah, Freddy Krueger.
He had a bike, and it was up on a wheelie. And it was him, and they cut my face out and put it on Freddy's face and put a sign up above it with writing. It said, "Pop wheelies, not pills," and put it on my desk and in my drawers and everywhere. And and they didn't know any better. I mean, they were still, and it's really funny if you think about it. But I wasn't in the same place I was a month before, to where that's the kind of stuff that I read. So I was that kind of guy that was always poking and really hitting people hard and really making fun of people or pulling out something that was uncomfortable with them, or just having a little bit of fun with them, not realizing what I was doing maybe to them and not giving them an opportunity to say, hey, you know what, I don't really like that when you stop, and me saying, yeah, I would have probably just called them a name and moved on about it and kept poking at it, because, you know, where there's blood, the shark comes in and starts eating. So it hurt my feelings. It really kind of embarrassed me a little bit. It almost got me to the point where I was looking for a new job because I just didn't fit in there anymore. But I finally had the opportunity, probably a year later, to tell them, hey, look, you know, when you did that to me when I first got back, that wasn't love, that wasn't support, but it was uncomfortable for them. So, but they know now, and every now and then it'll pop up, but I'm in a different place in my life right now. But yeah, these name things, when you start getting titled to something, you know what, in somebody, and they keep rolling with it, like the ginger boy or strawberry shortcake or man bun hippie or the whatever it was. I never really got into that, and I wouldn't. But it just part of the community, part of putting yourself out there is that. But we're men. This is what we do. And first of all, as Christian men, we need to be forgiving and realize that nobody's really attacking us. But stop it. Don't entitle and call somebody something and put them in some kind of a little box that you want to put them in. It's hard to get out of those boxes. It really is hard to get out of those boxes and those titles.
All right.
And real quick, Alex, we're good, brother. Like, seriously, I mean, last night, you know, I kind of expected it when first time everybody saw me without my beard. And then the kid comments just kept coming in. I'm not saying it directly towards you. I just, I'm not a kid. I get it. I'm clean shaven. I look younger than I am. But we deserve more respect than to give each other a nickname that is not that doesn't represent us. I mean, Tyson is not Man Bun Tyson. Devin's not that little kid that's staying up past his bedtime. I'm not Strawberry Dream. I'm Tevin. That's Devin. That's Tyson. And you, Alex, you're Alex. I don't want anybody in this community to be given a nickname that doesn't show who they are or doesn't represent what they do. You're seriously, bro. We're good. I'm not mad at you. I'm not mad at anybody. It's just we as a community need to band together as brothers and respect one another. I mean, we're men. I get it. I joke around too, but there comes a point where the joking has to stop. And we all have to just respect each other and love on one another. I mean, I'm not saying we can't pick on one another, but when we give somebody a new persona is when we need to stop.
Right. Every time you jump in a live stream, they give you that nickname comes up. It's a one-time thing, let's all have a little laugh maybe, but when every stream, every video, every comment you go in or you join or you're in, it's just out of hand.
All right. And that's the thing is I think it's all, there's no harm or any, ill intentions that kind of come with the joking around. It's just that's what guys do. We kind of joke around, we poke at each other, but it's something that as simple as, a steak preference or, Tevin on a live stream one night or as simple as a haircut. And we, it's so easy to form that reputation and that kind of becomes that persona that everybody looks at you as. And it's so hard to kind of get away from it. Right. Tevin's one night on a stream kind of became his persona for weeks and weeks and weeks, or my one thing being, the steak preference that I like, my steaks well done, kind of became my persona. And it was just really hard to break that. And so, I think you guys are exactly right. It's a respect thing. Like when it all boils down, like we are a bunch of group of men, and that's how we should view each other. And, as far as I'm concerned, like it's the respect thing. And like I said, I don't think anyone ever had any sort of, ill intentions or meant to, hurt each other's feelings or anything like that at all. But it's just, there comes a point where it's about the respect.
It's really good that you guys are able to voice your opinion on it too, and voice your feelings on it. That's great. But I in one way in any of those sides did I ever see the community trying to belittle you or making you less than. I that's one thing that I definitely know. It was just they were having fun. I mean, it's different if you message somebody, you're on just a personal message just back and forth and say, hey baby face, or hey, Cribs, it looks like you gained quite a bit of weight. You're getting more wrinkles under your eyes, Grandpa. The grace, and that's all fine. But and then I guess you know what, I did call you Hippie Tyson, didn't I? Was I calling you Hippie Tyson? Because I wasn't going to call you Man Bun Tyson.
No, I think it was Hippie Tyson, but it wasn't even about me. It was the things that were bothering me more personally for me was Devin and Tevin, because I think there's so many different ways to look at it. But you think that there's a live stream somewhere, and say just for argument's sake, say Dan's having a live stream, Tevin jumps in the comments, and everybody says, "Oh, look at Strawberry Dream is here." If I'm a company in there that has no idea who Purposely Bearded is, I do not want to work with this guy based on what everybody's saying in the comments. Like there's poking, and then there's the respect level. That's what you get called everywhere you go, And I think it just gets taken, out of context a little too far. And, I think, if you compare it to something like a disability, if somebody has a disability, they're not known by their disability. They don't pop in and say, "Hey, what's up, No Arm?" or, whatever their disability
Wheelchair
might
Willie.
be. Yeah. I mean, we have respect for them still as a person and what they bring. And I think it's the same way, whether somebody's a ginger, has glasses, likes well done
And
steak.
he's very handsome.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you, in well done steaks, I'll tell you, if they're done on the grill grates and on a pit boss and done just right, they are just as juicy and moist and fall in your mouth as anybody else. I mean, you got to do it right.
That's right.
Yeah, I think, like I don't think this would be anything if we were all hanging out at each other's house and had a barbecue and we're chit-chatting. Like, I think exactly what Swag's saying, like, this is what guys do. We poke at each other and we have fun. But on the other side of it, we have to remember we're on a public forum where we don't know who's watching or what. There could be a company, somebody out here watching these live streams, trying to figure out who they want to work with, trying to find a reviewer, and it could turn them off on that one person, or even the channels. Like, all those people in that live stream that see Tevin getting called Strawberry Dream are probably not going to go to subscribe to his channel, so then the community support side of it is out. And, I'm so big on everybody supporting everybody and helping everybody grow that it doesn't really help people grow if we're calling them names, and so that's kind of where that came from, I guess. It's a respect thing, I guess. I don't know.
Got it. I love
Absolutely.
it.
Exactly. What's up, Brian?
Hey, Brian.
All right, so I guess it's my turn. We kind of took a couple side roads, but I don't know. I felt like that needed to be said. We're good at taking side roads, especially if Tyson's in the stream. I mean, we got 5 dudes that all got something to say, especially that guy down there who has something to say for everybody. But I mean, that just needed to be said. And I'm glad I said it. I'm glad it's out there, and I hope something's done about it. If we pick at each other, it's cool. But I don't want to be defined as the kid because I don't have a beard no more. And so what's going on with me and my channel? If you didn't know, I've had a couple comments. I wasn't able to get to them. Like, hey, I think you look good without your beard. Seriously, thank you guys. Thank you for all the support. But what happened to me, basically what I wanted to do with the channel is that I wanted a new direction, and I just wanted a fresh new start, not only for myself, but for the channel. And I want to describe why I went with Ginger Dad. It was because I wanted something that defined me. And the term ginger don't bug me. Like, it's just, I thought it's a lot better than that redhead. So, and then Dad. Dad is one of the best titles I've been ever given. My kids make me who I am. They make me a better man each and every single day. I cannot be man enough for my kids. I want to be better for them each day. And I wanted to take those two things and be known as that. So that's why you see Ginger Dad. I'm sorry if you don't like it, but that's, it's me. That's who I am. And I love, I love being that. I love being their dad, and I love my red hair. So that's what's going on with me. Hey, Tyson. Hold on. Never mind. We're going to move on. I do want to say if there's any harsh, questions, I would say handle them off the stream. All right. So, does anybody have any questions for either Swag or Tyson? I know we exactly. You don't like it, don't watch it. I guess.
Yeah.
I like the name. It's very simple. I wanted to do something simple for the channel, and and Brian says I hate the term ginger, and some people do. To me, I at first I did. I hated getting picked on as a kid, and ginger is not really all that bad. I get it though. Like seriously, I get it. I'm a redhead, and actually, I think Brian's a redhead. Am I mistaken?
I'm sure he's got. I'm sure he's got to be at least have some sort of hints of red in there with his beard's pretty red.
Okay, so yeah, I get it, Brian. I totally do. But for me, it just didn't bug me, and that's why I went with it. So, any question? Oh, we lost Devin. No, we didn't.
Yep, he's back.
So,
No, I
any
thought it was that
questions?
Wi-Fi.
Any questions for Tyson or Swag?
Yeah, I got a Raiders question because I got a debate going on at work because one of my coworkers, he is a huge Raiders fan, and we go back and forth with the Patriots and Raiders. I have a little friendly wager with him. It's just $20, and Tevin, you can answer this too. He thinks that the Raiders are going to win the division, and I got $20 that they don't win the division. What do you guys think? Do you guys think you guys are going to win the division?
Heck yeah.
Yeah?
You're dang right we're going to win the division.
No, seriously. It's a serious
No,
question.
seriously. Absolutely, I do. With what's going on, 100%. New stadium, got all that, all that work. If we even play,
Right.
No,
that's the thing.
I was just curious on your thoughts on that because I go back and forth with him, joking, poking fun, He lets me at least once a week, mention the tuck rule and stuff. It's just I was just curious what you guys' perception is of the season upcoming. I think that the Chiefs division.
Now, honestly, for a Raider fan that has seen things coming on, when Carr first jumped on the scene, the things were going good. We made the playoff. He gets his leg broken, and it's over. You got Cook, and then you had some other guy that freaking wouldn't play with a concussion or something that happened. Connor Cook had to come in, didn't have any experience, and flopped, but we made it. Then we had a regime change. Gruden comes back, and he's bringing all of this. And Gruden's a great coach. I don't care what anybody says. He's got some stuff going on. He's got a winning Super Bowl team with a ring with the team that he took over from Tony Dungy. So here and there, but he's got a great offensive mind. He's got a great offense now. He's got an awesome running back who's going to be coming into his second year, who is a beast. You've got Derek Carr. You got Mariota. You've got the offensive line that you've had some picks that's going to really protect them because both those quarterbacks, I'm sorry, once you get your leg broken, you're scared. You don't play the same. Their secondary, amazing. They've spent a lot of money on their secondary. Their defensive line, some beasts on that line. You got a killer wide receiver that just come in. It's going to be fast. It's going to willing to run past everybody, and hopefully the court. You know how it is with football. You got to have all the pieces in line. But the biggest thing, we're going to a new stadium, billions of dollars a stadium in a new city. They're ready to prove themselves, and they are firing on all cylinders. That kind of moxie, that kind of adrenaline, that kind of proof, I really do think they're going to win the division.
All right, perfect.
So here's my take on it. I don't think we'll win the division. I think we'll be second. And I love my Raiders, but I also got to be realistic, because I am an NFL guy and I do respect a lot of teams. I think 100%, and I hate to say it because he's sitting right there, but the Chiefs are going to win the division and possibly will be going. I know, Swag, I know, but I got to be real here. I'm looking at my team. I'm not a big fan of Derek as I was when he, other than breaking his leg, took us to the playoffs a couple years back when he broke his leg against the Colts. I want to see that Derek back, and I haven't seen him back since. I know, he doesn't have the same line as he did back then. He had a Pro Bowl line. He had a left tackle that didn't allow a sack other than against the play where he broke his leg. So So I haven't seen Derek since. We have a decent line now. We have one of the best right tackles in the league. We have one of the best centers. I'm not sure about the left tackle position other than he can hold his own. We got in a playmaker at wide receiver from the University of Alabama. I'm excited about that, but I also got to realize that that's a young stud. And we also got another wide receiver in Williams. I mean, he does the job. He just doesn't impress me. I'm not too huge on the passing game. I think we have a couple weapons. I think our Hunter Renfrow is going to be, a good slot guy, and I think we have one of the best tight ends in the league. And when we brought in Jacobs at running back, which I hated, by the way, when we drafted him, I did not like Jacobs at running back, but yeah, he's a beast now. Like, I regret saying that he was going to be I thought he was going to be a total bust.
Vincent Gruden's offense perfect.
But realistically, they have a good offense, and I think they'll be able to make plays. That's why I say they'll be 8-8 or better. But their defense is horrible. I mean, we got in a couple good, free agents, but I mean, our secondary is a joke. We're trying to pray that they don't give up. They don't pass over 400 yards each game, and I might be wrong, and I hope that they prove me wrong, but I don't think they're going to win the division. I think they'll be second in the division.
Okay. I like it. I think they got a lot of potential. I think that whole division's got a lot of potential. I think the Broncos in a couple of years are going to be really good. The Chiefs are here to stay until something, till Mahomes' contract is up, I guess. And then the Raiders, they got a lot of young talent, and once they develop, I think is a good. And then the Chargers, if they can ever get it right, they can. I think that division is going to be one of the toughest divisions in football in a few years.
Mahomes ain't going anywhere. Even when his contract is up, he ain't going anywhere. He's tying into Kansas City so hard with.
You guys are running out of money. You just gave Kelsey a
Yeah,
extension.
that's going to be the problem with the division. They can have players besides Mahomes. He's great.
No, so there's so much in Mahomes' contract. Like he has in his contract that they have to surround him with good talent, and I don't know how that works out or how you put that in a contract.
What?
But it's in his contract that they have to surround him with good talent. And I think part of his ownership deal with the Royals was a Kansas City ploy to help him in his contract somehow of we're going to give you some ownership within the Royals, because not a week late after the contract was announced, they announced the ownership deal that he owns part of the Royals. So I would say some stuff was in there, but I don't see him going anywhere. I think he's going to he's young. He's going to plant his family and his girlfriend and everything in Kansas City and probably be a lifer. And I wouldn't be surprised to see him stay as a coach after his playing days. But I think the season can go a few different ways. I mean, you got to think these guys have been kind of stuck in quarantine the same as us. They're getting out a little bit, but how in shape are they going to be? There's no preseason. How many injuries are we going to see week one? Does the year go past 3 games and then it gets canceled and we have a quick playoff type system? Because they're not going to let the Super Bowl not happen. So there's going to be a Super Bowl of some sort, but is it a normal season? Is it a quick 6-week playoff type thing to determine I don't know. Well, it's yet to be determined. We'll see.
What a great conversation, though. Sports, baby.
I mean, they don't have any cap room right now, but the cap is going to change so much over the next few years.
Me and Ken were talking about this Monday. I don't know, depending on how things change, I don't know how far the season will go along. I mean, it's just tough.
What's up, G?
Hey, Gary.
Man.
And how do you not sleep on Denver? I mean, they have some of the best mattresses in the world. Denver mattresses. I mean, they're so good. I sleep on a Denver every night. I'm always sleeping on Denver. And Devin is just straight face as can be right now. He is not liking this conversation.
I know. Everybody's, Matt saying Denver needs a couple of years. We don't need a couple of years. We're winning the Super Bowl this year.
Well,
if you
we're not. I'm not.
Yeah,
I'm not
so is the Vikings. Yes, Vikings are winning the Super Bowl this year.
No.
Vikings are winning their division.
Kevin, I love it, man. You got to. Are you going to win it? Yes. Right.
Yeah, right.
You got
I'm not saying
Why don't we just say
we're going to win the Browns.
there. There was talk this a few years ago about the Browns, though. Tank.
Yeah, I know. You got to It's never enough to settle
Bengals
with
might as
winning a
well
division,
compete.
man. We're gonna win the Super Bowl. We're winning it all. We're gonna win the next 10 Super Bowls straight,
Oh
and that's my
boy.
prediction, man. I'm gonna ride it right till the wheels fall off. All right.
Devin must have
Dave,
brought some
how do
munchies
you
from
hold
Denver.
on? How do you not sleep on Denver? I mean, because weed. Tired and hungry. He's breaking out the things and stuff.
Oh man.
Oh, you guys got me cracking up.
I like Drew Lock though, so they're gonna be good in a couple years, Devin.
I
That's
like
just why
Drew
I
Lock
think
too, but he got
Judy
nobody.
is better. I
Yeah,
think
only if
Judy was
Elway
the
comes
best
back.
receiver in that draft.
Man, yeah, Elway, I've got a love-hate relationship with him. He makes some great decisions sometimes, and then other times I'm like, dude, what are you doing? Did you just put a couple names in a hat and shake them all up and pick some names out, or what were you doing there?
Pretty much.
I
Mrs.
totally feel you.
Bluegrass, thank you very much.
What did Mel say? I know his studio looks fantastic. Are you gonna put strobe lights up next? Like you're just gonna like swag,
You know,
Southern
I
101?
had Christmas lights up all around when I first got the studio going. Dude moved out. Nikki moved her office in here, and I took over. I put up some stringer lights, hung them up, and then I got me some, and I tore those down. And I want to get a little more professional. I don't know what I'm going to do with the shelves behind me. I think that's the focal point, of course, but I don't want to drill holes through it to run lights because I only have one socket over here that I can plug into for my lighting system. So I don't know.
I do like the studio though. I do gotta ask this question because I know that guy down. Never mind. I'm not even gonna point.
This guy?
Yeah. There you go, Devin. I know Tyson got to ask this question, but I got to ask this question: is your backdrop a green screen?
Yes.
No, not Tyson's flag.
Oh,
Mine? No.
Yeah. Since Tyson getting asked if it's a green screen, is yours a green screen?
No, mine's all.
Are you gonna
Am
go?
I going to go poke at it?
I mean, yeah, dude.
I'm not going to.
Yeah, flip
I'm
out
going to
like
mess
Tyson
nothing
did.
up. Hold on.
Start
I can't
throwing
see
beer
back there.
oils.
Yeah, throw.
Let me turn on some lights. I can't see.
Just don't break them.
yeah, don't break one like I did. Grab that stick that's
I'm
in
not-
the middle there and just start whacking them.
Here, let's take a. It's real.
Oh, Taylor, nice.
Oh,
So Tyson, which bottle did you break?
That's a good question. What was it?
Cool Cow by Honest Ape.
Oh, okay.
My carpet in the studio smells very cool right now. Like I take off my socks to take a shower, and I no longer have stinky feet. Like my socks smell delicious. I'm walking in beard. I tried to soak it up too, but my socks still get some.
Oh,
I don't
man.
want to hear about. I don't think the term "delicious" should be described to anybody's feet. I'm sorry.
Oh man.
Not even my
All right,
wife.
guys, I have to bounce because I had UFC plans that
Oh, no problem. No
I
problem.
had going on, so I had an hour. But I'm gonna turn it on my phone and listen because I want to hear Swag's story and the rest of this live stream. Appreciate you having me on. I'll see you guys next week.
See you, man.
see you, Tyson.
I'll talk
See
to
you
you
guys.
later, bud.
Love y'all.
Take it
Love
easy.
you, man.
Love you, bud.
All right, that was good having Tyson on. It's always good seeing both you and Tyson. So, how did y'all's relationship start?
Oh gosh, man. When I first started doing this, there were key factors in me. There was the Scuba, the Dancies, the Matts, the Scotts. Tyson was another big one. And you got Mo, you got Dave. I love, and I built a really good relationship with Mo and Dave here as of late too. Really a good bond of brothers. And I'm sitting on a live feed. I don't remember whose live feed it was on. I'm nervous. I'm giddy. I don't know what to do. I'm just shaking, and I don't want to be in it. And I start telling my story, and I know Tyson is a Christian man, and he was telling about his, his faith, and that always inspired me to kind of do what I was doing. It motivated me to get on here and give me. I was going to do it regardless, but just seeing some other man come in and do, because Tyson, when he first started, I mean, he was doing his devotions. He was talking about God. He had his own devotion that he was doing by himself on Faithfully Bearded. I think it was on Apple. I think it was. He was doing his Wednesday devotional live on Facebook. Absolutely loved it. So I just started doing this, and then God comes in and brings two iron sharpens iron together, and we start talking. And as soon as I tell my story, I could just see Tyson sitting back there kind of, and he said a comment. I agree with everything that Swag says, everything that he says. And then right after that feed, he gets hold of me, and I was like, oh my gosh, Tyson Faithfully Bearded, got hold of me and wants to. And then we calmed down, and it was amazing, and we started doing devotions, really got involved with Maddie while they were still together, and Aubrey, and my wife, my adorable Queen Nikki. We built a relationship, and we really got involved in each other's life on a spiritual and real level, away from the talking head kind of a thing. Even though that's how our relationship was. I talked to Tyson, he called me. It was who would call who first. Then I guess you could say things went sideways, and a lot of things were coming into his life and attacking him. The enemy was real big in attacking him at that point. And I figured it was God bringing us together so we could just cement and encourage each other just to turn to God, and he got sick. Health-wise issues, relationship issues, doubt issues, and I don't really want to talk too much on that stuff without Tyson being here, but because I feel it's disrespectful. Not that he doesn't trust me to represent him right in the eyes of God what we went through, but it was good and encouraging for me to have another brother that I could talk Christ in, because at that time I was also losing subscribers because I would say the word God or tell my story. Is he leaving?
Yes, he's
all right.
leaving.
I love you, and that's another one right there. E-Rock, another inspirational, faithful brother as well. God, and it just, I don't know. I could see it happening. So, and then things were happening. That's how we got together. It was Christ. I mean, it was that intervention of God getting two people together that had something to share, that could feed off of each other and, build a foundation great together, practice. So that's how it was. And then here comes the Mike Tyson. We start doing our devotional podcast, and that wasn't a live. We just sat down and recorded and put him out on his podcast station, which was on the Apple. And then we did a show together. Don't remember what it was called, but we ended up calling it Mike Tyson Show. And it was great. It was a great time. And I missed it.
I bet. So is there any plans for both you and Tyson to start doing that again?
I think right now what he's doing, he's got, the Four Beardsmen. He's got his thing with Dave that he's doing as well, and then he has his own Sunday night thing that he gets together, I think sometimes with Dave, and does his own thing. I think so. And it'll probably happen eventually. I mean, if he wants it to happen, I want it to happen. God wants it to happen. So it will. It's just, I'm just so proud of the things that he's doing right now. But he's going out and building some really good, solid relationships with other people in the community, which is good. I'm doing the same thing. I'm not doing any lives with anybody. Well, except you, brother. You know that. We talk quite a bit, actually. And Dave, I'm building a really good relationship with Dave. I love talking to that man. Mo will call me out of the blue and tell me about, by the way, he just passed one of his tests for his college. He's starting to go back to school.
Awesome.
Yeah, congrats.
Just took his mom in for cataract surgery. She's doing better. I mean, it's kind of getting away from the beard stuff, talking about Dave not being able, graduating barber school and then this COVID thing hitting and really struggling on trying to cut hair, trying to provide for his family. And it's been a struggle, but he's been out. He's making moves. He ain't making excuses sitting on his butt. He's going out working out, bettering himself, and going around in his neighborhood and handing cards out to people. And finally, he got hit today. He finally got to cut somebody's hair, and it's working out. Just to hear that outside stories of more than just beard stuff, beard reviews, even though that's a huge part of it, just hearing the real life struggle of the story and the gains in life, and the blessings and the grace is a good thing to see. So it's in doing this tonight. I mean, with you guys, I've never done a live feed with really any of you guys. So this is cool. It's growth. It's encouragement. And it's God.
Amen, brother.
Absolutely.
So I gotta know, because I mean, you're such a powerful speaker. Do you do anything for your church? Like, are you part of do you preach? Like, what is your role at your church? Like, what do you do?
My role is just an encourager. They know better than to try to get me up on stage with the way that I bumble and stumble around. It's kind of weird that I can get on here in my studio. I mean, the only one I could probably have watch me would be Nikki or the kids, because what you say about being a father is amazing. And I'll get back to that in just a second. But I donate my time to help set things up, to build things for the church for like Easter, help cook in the kitchen. I'll do dishes. Nikki and I, when church was going, we would wake up every now and then and go into, I guess you could say, go make coffee. We would go in and pray together over the church in each of the rooms. And this was also helping Nikki and I grow as a couple. Because you got to understand, for 24 years of my life, of our relationship together, I was a huge cesspool of pain for that one, And for the last 3 years, we've built a new relationship that's not on shaky grounds. We're best friends. She finally trusts me. We're finally one under Christ, like the way it's meant to be. It's been awesome. So the church has been big for us, just the body. Or just the building, but it's gone now. I tried to get up and just read one passage for a Christmas worship that they had one night, and it was 30 seconds long. I got up there and I was so nervous. I couldn't the whole time. I was so embarrassed that I left. I won't ever do that again. But do I sit back and do I think things in my mind while I'm sitting here relaxing about I guess you could say a sermon that I could give to the pews, and it would be big and powerful and strong. But in reality, I get up there and cave like a little baby, but that's okay. I know where my limitations are. Minister wherever you are, wherever you go, at work, your relationships, and be humble in it. I mean, you can't just say, hey, you know what? Here's God. Here's a scripture, and read that. No, you got to build trust. You gotta open people up to the fact of asking you the question, dude, you used to be a huge piece of crap. Why are you like this today? Well, here you go. Let me talk to you about it. Over a beer, over some wings, over talking some sports. But I'll quit rambling now.
No, you're not rambling. You're speaking truth, man.
Oh my gosh.
I love it.
It's not me, guys. It's not me. This is all glory to God.
I know. It just shocks me to sit here, for you to sit there and look at me and Devin and Matt, sit there and say that you have trouble speaking.
It blows my mind.
Yeah, it blows my mind. Like, you have trouble speaking?
Right.
Dude,
I
the
would have
only
never
place
guessed.
the only
Never
place I
guessed.
can speak like this is in front of this camera with the family, or if I'm in a one-on-one setting with somebody. And at work, you ought to see me at work, man. I mean, I'm in front of the public. I'm taking care of all kinds of stuff. I'm singing behind the counter to try to lighten up everybody, and they all think I'm a dork. I get up there with my mask on. I go out and slash my tires. I mean, but I'm comfortable there. I know that setting. You get me outside of my little comfort zone, my little box, I'm nervous. I don't deal well, but I'm getting better.
Yeah, see, I see and I will say that this is kind of a little off topic, but it'll tie back in. Like, Swag will put out like a 25, 30-minute video and I will sit and watch every second of it, enjoy every single second of his 30-minute videos. And I look down and I'm like, wait a minute, that was a 30-minute video, and it feels like I'm sitting there just listening to him have a conversation. So what I figured the same thing. I'm like, he's got to do something, like speak up in front of the church, maybe give like the welcome or preach or something, because he's just so comfortable like talking with my people, and it's a 30-minute video that's like just so laid back and relaxed. So I figured you must have done something, but that's really surprising that you
know what, brother?
and get
I am
scared.
talking to you. I'm talking to you when I'm doing those reviews. I'm talking to Devin. I'm talking to Matt. I'm talking to Ted. I'm talking to each one of you getting involved. You're one part. It's so therapeutic for me to get on here and to be able to talk and share my journey as a bearded man, not just of being bearded, but when people will look at me because I have tattoos and I wear a flat bill hat and I have a beard, and I'm in this world. When you look like that, you're unapproachable, you know? So when you have that and you look at somebody and you walk up and say, hey, my name's Mike, how are you? And you give them a big hug and they're kind of like, what is this? What is this? Well, our false impressions of things stop us from doing so many things, you know? Our thoughts of holding us back about lies hold us back from really enjoying really what God has had us here to do. Your room there is reminding me a lot when I was in treatment this last time. It exactly the same color, 2 beds, and I was in there for about 2 weeks by myself. And then here comes this young kid that comes in from Texas, and I have to share a room with this 20-year-old kid that I thought I was bad. Hearing his story broke my heart. But having somebody come into your area that you're not comfortable with, that's what God calls us to do, is get out of the way and invite people into the area and share. You know, that's kind of freaky. And being a father, when my kids were born, that was the first time in my life I could actually say that I loved somebody more than myself for the first time. Isn't that crazy? That's how powerful of that gift that God gives us.
Amen, brother. So
Absolutely.
how many kids do you have? 2. I know one is named Dude, or at least that's what you call him.
Yeah,
And
Daniel.
Daniel. Okay, Daniel. And then do you have another son or do you have a daughter?
I have a daughter, Cassie.
Oh man. Daughters, my daughter just has my heart. I mean, my son has my heart, but my daughter has me wrapped around her finger. Is that kind of what y'all's relationship is, right? Daddy wrapped around it.
My daughter is the oldest, so she carried on a lot of the rigidity of her father, the hustle kind of a mentality, the don't mess with me or I'll throat punch and take out your whole family kind of a mentality, which is weird. Which she's my tomboy. She is so strong and so powerful. She's actually a full-time head of the dispatching department here in La Grande, Oregon, at the police department. So my son is soft and nurturing, you know, and it's such a different reaction between the two. But they're both, I'm so proud of both of them. They're both leaders in the community. They learned by their father's mistakes over the time, which is cool. And they're both leaders in this community, which is a great thing. Their mother did a really great job leading them under Christ, because I sure the heck didn't.
We're back. There we go.
Okay, good. So I gotta ask this: you started your YouTube with your son, Dude, and you know that was pretty cool to get to see that, because I wasn't there when you started your channel, started doing your videos, but I wanted to see what your first video was like, and the first several videos was with you and your son. So, do you mind if I ask what happened? Why is your son no longer part of your channel? Or
No, I don't mind.
Okay, I want to make sure. I don't want to ever push on a subject that's not.
Hey, brother, I'm an open book. There ain't no question you can ask that's uncomfortable for me.
Okay.
What happened? I started this. I guess you could say, Dude and I started this beard channel due to the fact I was growing a beard. I was fresh out of treatment. I was trying to do something constructive in my life, and I saw a group of men that I did not know, but were so encouraging, and we're going down this journey that I was. And I thought that I could add something to this channel that nobody else could. Do it like I could do it. And I think we all get into that. I think we have our own little, hey, I got something that I can put in and get involved that I ain't seen done. I'm going to get it involved and I'm going to share this. It was to be my story, my relationship with Christ now. Who I was before is gone. The new man is now here. And I wanted to bring my son and have him involved in something besides, because I coached my son for many years in baseball and basketball. We had that kind of mentality. That's our relationship. I pushed him so hard, and I ended up doing this videos just to show that the new transparent and vulnerable and sensitive Mike Cribbs, that would be an open book to anybody. I thought I could pass something on to my son, and him and I could go down this journey together and grow, and we did. But here comes the dad, and here comes the son that, you know, I'm on him real good about being here on this time. We need to record this day. I didn't know anything about editing, so he took that on. We recorded a video. He would take it home and spend 17 hours downloading a video and trying to edit it and put in the SpongeBob. 2 hours later, when I would babble, that's just how it is. And it got frustrating for him to a point that he was like, yeah, Dad, I just really don't have time. And he kind of pulled away, which was okay. You know, he was going to college. He was building a new relationship with his girlfriend. And but I wanted to show that a father and son, it is never too late, even at the age of, what was he, 21, and I was 43 or 44 at that time. Never too late in your life for a father and a son to hang out together and do something, you know. And I wanted to help him along with his relationship with God too. I was mentoring to my son for the first time, which I'd never done before as a Christian dad. And it just wasn't the right time. Hopefully he'll come back. It'll never, but look what's come out of it. The studio, me being able to talk about God freely and tell my story and encourage others and get encouragement from others as well.
That's awesome. So
Absolutely.
So when your son Dude left, like no longer wanted to be part of the videos, what did you do? Did you think about maybe shutting down the channel, or
No.
What was going through your mind at the time?
I just had to figure out how I was going. Honestly, the thing was, is how am I going to get these things onto YouTube? Because I had no clue at all how to put one in front of the other, because he was all in, and that's what I had to figure out. I had a beard. I could talk. I had money to buy some products at the time, and it doesn't care about subscribers or anything like that. I just knew that I was going to have to carry on, not worry about that, because I needed to keep furthering this kingdom. I mean, because that's what it's about. I don't care if you're gay. I don't care if you sin. I don't care if you cuss, because I got a mouth on me. I just choose not to do it on here because I don't want to be offensive on people. But at work, I see some choice things. I ain't no different from anybody else. I'm just as big of a sinner. I just know where the truth lies and who I have to ask forgiveness of. You know what I mean? Of the things that I remember, the things that I don't remember. But it's just getting out here and doing this, and I've loved it. I've turned his old bedroom into a studio. My wife supports me 100% on this. I'm just truly blessed. Where I used to be and where I'm at today, I never want to forget how many blessings and grace I get from my Father, because I got out of my own way, and I'm perfectly aligned with Him most of the time.
That's awesome, brother.
That's great.
I'm glad we continue to have swag today, because it's always a tough thing. I mean, I never started my YouTube, with my son or with anybody else, but just imagine other content creators that they probably started their channel with somebody and they're now having to move on from that person. And, I bet that's hard, but I'm glad that we have Beard Swag today. And that you moved. I wouldn't say you moved on. I mean, I would love to see Dude back in videos.
Yeah, me too. It would be.
I know you would, but
yeah.
It's cool that we still have you, and that you're a huge part of the community. Like, I think you're a very big voice in the community. And I mean, there are times where I want to shut up and just listen to you, because whatever you have to say, I mean, a good 100% of the time, it's something worth listening to.
Well, I appreciate that. I do. And what this is what I have figured out. And when I was in treatment, and I had just been upstairs. This is what happened. I'm going to run through this real quick. I'm a complete. I go from being a meth addict 17 years ago, going to treatment and getting a couple of felonies, a couple of misdemeanors for endangering the welfare of my 2 children because they were at home when I got in trouble. To going to treatment in a facilities for, well, I don't know, it was 5 or 6 months. I don't remember. Over my birthday, over Christmas, missing that, and coming home into an environment where I drove back and forth from my home, which is 50 minutes away or 50 miles away, over to the place where I graduated, just to stay out of this town, to start fresh, to be around recovery, to a spot to where Ford wanted to hire me, hired me on. And then I was no longer doing methamphetamines anymore, but I had not received Christ in my life, and something else slipped into it, which was pills, So I started going down there. So my job didn't want me there anymore because I would be gone a week, a month. I was still productive, but I needed some help. So they intervened. My darling, dear wife wanted nothing to do with me anymore. She loved me, but she didn't like me, but she prayed for me all the time, but she didn't trust me. So that was done. I go upstairs and almost end my life, and I get caught in the middle of it, which was some more stuff that happened. And then I just decided to surrender and went off to treatment, And while I was in this treatment facility, I accepted the Lord Jesus Christ as my Savior. I swear I had an angel come in there for specifically me to accept the Lord for the first time. And that's when this is the thing. When I finally grieved the idea that when I came home, I may not have a marriage anymore. I may not have my kids anymore. I may not have a job anymore. I may not have my cars anymore. My parents may not want anything to do with me. But the one thing that will always be constant in my life, and that should be everything, is God. As long as I have God in my life, sad as it is, things come and things go. As long as I have God, I have everything I need.
That's awesome, man.
Yep.
I just want to sit here and just give you a big old hug. Like I just feel like you're just so huggable.
Agreed.
Oh man, but seriously, Swag. I mean, it's awesome to see you come from a point of brokenness into a point of grace. Like, I mean, God just seems to continue to bless your life, and you do that. And because God blesses your life, you take that and you bless others. You love on others, and I mean that's awesome.
Absolutely.
Like when I come into a video, I love what you said to Devin. You said, "I am speaking to you," and that's probably what you're thinking when you sit down for a video. Is that you're speaking to people that you love, even if you may not know them then. You hope to get to know them later down the road, and that's just cool. I mean, the love that you show this community is unreal, and it's the love that our Father shows us. And just thank you for that. Like seriously, it's humbling to get to talk to you. Like I remember when we first had our phone call. I mean, it was so humbling to talk with Michael Chris because I'm just like, oh man, Michael's calling me. Like I'm nervous. I don't know why I'm nervous. It's just a dude with a beard.
Yeah, that's it.
But everybody has that person in their life. I don't care if it's Dan. I don't care if it's Tyson.
Oh, yeah.
For me, it's Mike. With me, it was Cribs, and I'm just like, I'm just like, what do I say to him? Or I hope I don't say anything dumb. And I'm just like, dude, he's your brother. Just talk like.
It's that way and it should be. I mean, we strive to be the Dan C's and and that's one thing that I take as a serious responsibility, or a humbling experience is that, I started over a year ago in this at video number 1 was subscriber number 1. I remember when I looked at like, oh my gosh, Dan C messaged me and supported me on my video. Wow, honey. Right? Honey, I made it. And then Scott or Matt, when Scott even called me, we got together on that live feed. I mean, it was so humbling. I was like, honey, I'm getting places. But that's when I have to ground myself that these are just men. And I have everything I need, regardless of the subscribers or anything like that. I have God. And that is so filling. And that is so inspiring that he loves us all and just wants to love on us and hug us, and that we are all important. And what am I to do? What are you guys to do? You guys are to do that same thing and give that same feeling to everybody that you come in contact with. And that's why at the end of my videos, I say, hey, I love you and I'm proud of you, because I am. Now go tell somebody the same thing. Go ask somebody for forgiveness. And I encourage you to ask forgiveness of something that these things that stick to us, that get into the way of the relationship with God. If you can cast them out of the way and lay them down at God's feet where they should be, the things that we get, and here we go back to the things that we get to enjoy and learn and feel is so amazing. So don't let things stick to you. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Exactly.
I feel like I need a pen and paper, because I feel like you're just giving us some really good stuff. Where's my pen and where's my paper? I'm not writing.
Hey, buddy, you know where I get this? I get this from waking up every morning and doing my devotions.
That's awesome.
Most of the mornings, not every time.
So
I get this by reading the Bible. I get this by going to Bible study. I get this by doing these live feeds. I get this from my father, from my wife, from my family. It's just a good, peaceful way. Right now, yesterday, I would have been in a complete different mood because I was attacked. Well, no, emo came in, so I was good. But the other 4 days, I was a mess. I was pissed. I came home, didn't want to talk. I wanted to lock myself up in a room. I didn't want to deal with anybody. I mean, I was just overwhelmed because I forgot the things that got me to the point to where I am right now. Prayer, giving things away, communicating. That's one thing you guys were talking about, how if you feel like you don't want to be classified as a pole dancer, right? A redheaded dancer, then you got to stop that stuff and just tell people, just be honest. Hey, you know what, guys, I'm here. I don't want to be talked to like that, as a steak eater. But, people are going to try to put you in boxes, and nobody means anything ill will towards you guys. You know what? Not one person meant anything bad, but I completely understand where you're coming from. So, yeah, you guys are amazing.
Let
me ask you guys some questions.
Yeah,
I don't mean
sure.
to take over.
No.
No,
I love this. You took
This is
over. Okay,
great.
I love this.
I love
That's
it.
Devin,
yeah.
were you raised in a Christian home?
So I was, to an extent. I kind of say I grew up in what I call the Creaster home. So like the Christmas and Easter, it was, we had, my mom kind of grew up with like a faith, but wasn't ever super open about it with us, because she kind of wanted, a big thing with my mom was she wanted us to she wanted to encourage us to search for that, but never wanted us to feel like that was being forced down our throat. And that was like we were required to believe exactly what she did, do everything she did, pray the way she prayed. She never wanted us to feel like we had to do things because that's what she did, because she understands the importance of that being a decision that you make on your own. That's not something that anybody else can make for you. And also with that, kind of growing up with the single parent household that I kind of grown up in and stuff like that, my mom was just really, really busy. She was working full time, going to school full time, and had 3 kids that she was raising by herself. So another part of it was we just didn't necessarily always have the time to make it to church on Sunday mornings, or to, for us to be dropped off at, a youth group or whatever, because, my mom was either working, going to school, or was trying to, manage to find time to take care of us. And she always did, an amazing job. My mom's a superhero. I've always said that. My mom is, I don't know how she managed to do everything she did while we were growing up, because it blows my mind to even think about. I complain about having 3 majors and playing college basketball. My mom did that and still raised 3 kids, and decided she still found time to hang out with friends and talk to family and be the support system for everybody that was around her. She's incredible. But so with that, like I said, a lot of it was really, really busy. And then as the older we got, the more we got involved with things like playing basketball. And my sister runs track, and they're both athletes. And, I have sisters who just kind of had hobbies and friends that they wanted to hang out with. And, I became a really, really big basketball player. So that was a huge part of my life and I mean, it still is. I'm a college basketball player, so it's no surprise that basketball is a big thing that I spend a lot of time doing. I'm either playing basketball or working out a lot of times. And so that's my girlfriend, and she knows my mom is like, she's a queen, she's a superstar, she kills it. But so, with so much that we had going on, I wasn't always in church because there was a tournament that I had to be at all day. And if that meant there was a game at Sunday morning at 9 a.m., I didn't make it to church because I had to go play. So it wasn't until later into high school when I kind of started to venture out, kind of explore that for myself. And that was kind of when I kind of made the decision to, to make my own faith and discover my own faith and establish that relationship with Christ for myself. But I wasn't necessarily raised in like an atheist household or anything like that. We definitely had some Christian roots, but it just wasn't always, expressed and did we go to church as much as we wanted to, or as much as our mom probably wanted us to? No. But part of it was just, we were just too busy because of this, the situation we had been placed in growing up. So that's just kind of what came with the scenario we were dealt.
Awesome.
That is awesome. Thanks for sharing that.
Of course.
Yeah, mothers are a big part of it. What about you there, Matt?
Pretty much the same as Devin. It was the Christmas and the Easter. My mom was a single mom until I was about 12 or 13, and I started working at 14 and stuff. But the faith was there and stuff. She had 2 jobs as well, and it was me and my brother. There was a lot of times I was watching my younger brother, or we get dropped off at my grandmother's house or something, because she was just so busy working 2 jobs. She had the daytime 9 to 5, and then she had the nighttime job. And, we didn't go as much as we wanted to. She definitely kept the faith with us and everything. And as I got older, probably within the last maybe 6 years, I got really more interested in wanting to find the faith for myself. Go up and down with it, try to do everything I can and everything I want to do with it and be better every day with it. But, it's more of recent, but it was never like atheist or anything like that. It was just harder as a younger kid, single mom. Like I said, I've been working since 14, and then, you work at those fast food chains or those stores or whatnot. I'm working on Sundays. They want you to work Sundays. So, couldn't really go when I wanted to, but definitely it's always been in the life somewhere, somehow.
Yeah. Right. Yep, that's awesome. And go ahead, Ginger Dad Tevin. You're in it a little bit more than it's not really a little bit more, but tell us your little gist of your faith.
Okay, so my family, it was kind of like Devin's. We went to church every holiday, it seemed like. And then when my parents were getting a divorce, that stopped. I mean, going to church every holiday, it didn't do anything for me. I didn't care. I was more focused on meeting the friends that I made there than trying to build a relationship with God, which is very typical of kids. I totally get it. But and then we didn't see the inside of a church for like 5-6 years until my stepdad came around. When they got married, when my stepdad married my mom, his first objective was to get his family in a church. And, we struggled with finding a home church that was right for a family that, was up, me personally, I wasn't used to going to church. And there's a lot of churches that I visited during that little phase that made me feel uncomfortable. And there was people that would literally grab, there was one church, I remember there was one person that literally grabbed me and said, "You're going to hell if you don't repent right now." And it scared the far out of me. I didn't want to deal with any of that. And that was my whole mindset, even when we got in a church, that these are just crazy people, and my mom and stepdad, we had one rule in the household when it came to church, is that you're going. There is no, you'll think about it, you're going. We won the drag award at our family each year. That was our parents dragging our bus to church, every Sunday. But religion scared me, and until I got more active in the church and started to make up my own mind and realize that one situation, there's people out there that do that, and I'm sorry, and that does affect other people, and that for the longest time it affected me. Until I started to find out for myself and get a part and started to be involved with the youth, that's when I started to get serious about my relationship and wanting to come to God. But I never came to God. I never came to Jesus, that relationship with Jesus where I accepted him. I was still, wanting 1 foot in and 1 foot out of the relationship. And that's not how God wants it. God wants you all in or you're all out. And then, something happened and it kind of relates to today. And I'm kind of glad that I'm hanging with you fellas. Today is the 9-year anniversary of my dad's passing. My dad was killed by a drunk driver when I was 17 years old. I was a junior in high school, and it affected my whole life. And, I wouldn't say right away, but eventually I didn't want nothing to do with church. I blamed God for what had happened. And the reason why is because when my dad was killed, I had no clue who it was, and I went looking for him, and I found the accident site, and the fire department, the police department wouldn't let me through the barriers, and I couldn't do anything. They didn't give me any answers, and I just stood on that roadway for 3 hours, and I didn't know it was 3 hours, and prayed, God, please let my dad be okay, because my dad was my best friend. And I mostly lived with him at the time. And when I found out that he didn't make it, it broke my heart. I thought in that moment, that's where God betrayed me. So eventually I turned into an atheist. I wanted to disprove God's existence because I feel like in that moment he betrayed me and I hated him because, I feel like God turned my world upside down, and he wasn't there in the moment that I needed him. So eventually over time, I didn't want anything to do with church. I mean, I would still go, but I wanted nothing to do with it. I wouldn't even tell my family I didn't believe in God. I just did it on my own terms. I didn't want to disappoint anybody by saying that I was an atheist because my mom's a Christian, my brothers, my stepdad. I just didn't want to disappoint anybody. So I just stopped attending youth, and I went to church, but I stopped doing the things I was doing before then. So and then I met my wife. I met my wife when I was a junior in high school. We started dating when I was a senior in high school. And for a short period of time, I stopped going to church. I drove myself to church, so I stopped driving myself to church. And then when I met my girlfriend and I met her grandma, because she was raised by a grandma, she said, there's one rule when it comes to dating my daughter or my granddaughter, and that is you got to go to church. Because she asked me about church, I said, I don't go. And she said, well, if you're going to date my granddaughter, you got to go to church. And that's and every Sunday I would go to church with my girlfriend. And over time, God was breaking down the barrier I built around my heart. And I wished I wouldn't have turned my back on him. And one day at a church revival, I realized how foolish I had been. And I felt like in that moment and during that church revival that God had officially removed the last brick from the wall that I had built. And in that moment, I cried, and I knew it was all perfect because next to me was a vase of roses, and I knew it would all come together because the day before my dad was killed, for some reason, in that moment, I had forgotten all about it. Like I'm talking 3 years had passed from when he passed until I was sitting in that church, at that revival. And the day before my dad was killed, I said, Dad, and I don't know what brought the conversation up. I said, Dad, if you were to die today, where would you go? And he said, Son, there is no doubt I would go to heaven. And he said, I will be where the roses are. So when I saw that roses, it made me think of that situation. I bawled and I went up to him. I went up to the pastor and I said, I'm ready to confess Jesus as Lord and accept him into my life and move on, with my new life with him. And the pastor who was preaching at that revival, he knew me. And he said, Tevin, I don't know if you knew this, but that story was for you, that this sermon was for you. my wife knew that I was not a believer. I couldn't fool her. I've never been able to completely. I can't lie to my wife. She knows me. I you know, if you have a significant other that knows you so well, they know when you're lying. And my wife, she prayed for me this whole time, and finally I accepted, Jesus as Lord. And because of him being in my life, I'm able to, kind of cope with things a little bit better. Because I for the longest time I didn't cope with my dad's death. And it's still hard. I mean, it's 9 years as of today at this current time. It's hard, but with God, it makes it so much easier. And I can't imagine, and I can't believe I did that to him for the longest time, is turning my back on him and saying that you're not real. And the reason, and what I do now, I'm fast forwarding to now. I am a church planting intern for the state of Kentucky. What I plan to do after my internship is plant a church either in the state of Kentucky or anywhere else. If it's in the state of Kentucky, the association that I'm associated with is willing to back my church. So that'd be cool, but I feel like God is moving or directing me in another location outside of Kentucky. And I have surrendered to preach, and I feel like I am called to preach. I surrendered to preach in 2018. I felt like God was calling me for a year. And I finally accepted his call, and I've been moving forward. And I'm a church planting intern. I'm a preacher. I'm a Bible college student. But most importantly, I love this title. I am a child of God. And I'm ready to do whatever he wants me to do. And, it's not easy. I mean, I seriously don't want to get up on that stage and, preach because, that I've never seen myself doing that. I feel like, like Cribs, I stutter, I mumble, I stumble over the words, but each and every single time I get up there, it's like God is leading me through it. I'm not speaking out of my words. I'm speaking out of the word of God,
Amen.
I'm speaking what God wants me to say at that time. And I still don't like it. I still don't like getting up and preaching, but it's cool that I accepted what God had in my life because I know it had to be from God because there's no way in heck it had to come from me. Sorry if I rambled a little bit. This story, it was there.
You're good.
That's awesome, dude. And the reason why I asked is because I wanted to know and actually know you guys and what your foundation was. I wanted to know. And you talk about a church and being in a building. That's just a building right now where two or more gather, gentlemen. We just praised and honored our Father no matter where we're at, and that's awesome. And everybody in here, it's amazing. My wife just came in here and asked me what we were doing. I guess my kids are coming over for dinner, so I get to cook on the pit boss. So I think I'll do some onion cheeseburgers. What do you think?
Ooh, that sounds.
I think
great.
I'm hungry now. That's what I think.
Right? Food, God, beards, brotherhood, food. I mean, I thank you guys for sharing, man. I mean, and everybody that's in here that has hung out, it's amazing to get another set of brothers that you actually, and Matt, you and I have been talking back and forth. My screen on my phone canceled, so I'm having to look down at this screen on my iPad. It's a little delayed, but you asked me to get together. Here we are. We got together. We'll have to get together. Devin, I'm proud of you for doing your school, for recognizing your mother is a strong, faithful woman that has taught you some values. And it's what an honor to be here, guys. I thank you for having this on here.
Oh yeah, I think I speak for most of us. We appreciate you for coming on, man. It's an honor to have somebody like you. You are truly a light in this community, and it goes far beyond just the bearded community itself. So we appreciate you for coming on.
Absolutely.
And right back at you guys. You guys are just as bright as I am, man. I'm here to tell you because I watch you guys. I see your passion. I see your love. I see your character and your integrity. I mean, it's amazing to see others that come along that I can belly up to or lock arms with and be yourselves because you're so true, you're so genuine, and I'm proud of you guys. I know I'm the old head here, I'm 47 years freaking old, but I feel like I'm just an infant because of my relationship with God. that he holds me as a young, insecure little baby and just tells me that everything's okay. And I love that. And I won't hide that. So what do you guys got going on the rest of the night?
Well, I'm about here. When we get off, I got to go pick up my kids. And then I'm going to lay them down. I'm going to film my new introduction to the channel and do more reading and homework. I swear, when I looked at all my syllabus, at college, I about crapped my pants at how much reading I had to do.
Yuck. I hate reading.
Oh man.
Devin, what are you doing? You gonna go get some of that pizza?
Oh man, I need something. I need to get something to eat. So it's probably gonna be some Sonic or something because the
There
cat's
you go.
closed now. So hopefully, I'm gonna have to call mom and hopefully she heard the whole "she's a queen" part, so they're more generous with her with the transferring some money to me. But yeah, I gotta finish getting. I have most of my stuff unpacked and set up in the room. Now it's just kind of like finding, specific places for little decorations and stuff like that. So trying to get just the last few things kind of situated with my room, get those squared away, and probably just hanging out tonight.
Awesome.
What about Matt? What do you got going on?
Don't got too much. I'm gonna watch some hockey. Got an early day tomorrow. It's we're celebrating my stepfather's birthday tomorrow, so I'm gonna be doing most of the cooking. Not sure what we're gonna be cooking. Me and my mother are gonna bake. He likes homemade cakes. We're gonna bake him a homemade birthday cake. So I gotta get up early, hit that grocery store, before everyone goes, and it's gonna be a long, great day. Got some family coming over. It's gonna be really the first family gathering since everything happened. We've all taken, my parents, my grandmother, all have taken tests and been negative just because they're just being precautionary as they have health issues and stuff. So it's going to be our first family gathering since March. So my grandmother, my uncle, my brother, his stepchild, and his girl is going to be coming over. So it's going to be a great time tomorrow. I'm very looking forward to it.
That's awesome.
Cool. Yeah.
Well, family, I think I got a jam. I got to go get prepared. Like always, I love you. I'm proud of you guys. Keep doing what you're doing, man. Anything you guys need ever, and you better believe that if there's any kind of encouragement that I need, I'm going to reach out as well. So
definitely.
All right, guys. I love you.
We love you,
brother.
Swag.
All right. Have a good night, y'all.
You too, bud.
Peace.
All right, we'll stay on a few more minutes, and then that's when I gotta end it. Go get the kids. So, Devin, is it me or does your beard look a little bit darker? Is it the lighting, or is your beard a little darker?
I think it may be the lighting. I'm not 100% sure. It's kind of dark. I've got the lights. They're back behind me a little bit, so it may just be the lighting. Longer. But it definitely feels it's getting pretty long, man. I'm not gonna lie. I kind of want to get to a trim in here soon. I don't want to trim too much. Just kind of trim it, even it up, get it nice and cleaned up. But it definitely feels like it's getting pretty long, and it may just be like the humidity. It's a lot different out here in Kansas, so I'm sure that's probably taking an effect onto what it looks like and all that kinds of good stuff. But yeah, it's feeling really good today, man. I can't lie. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's what I'm wearing today or what, but it feels really good today. So
any good beard feeling day is a great day.
Exactly.
It's a great day.
All right. It's hard to
definitely.
beat. It is hard to beat.
Absolutely agree.
It's looking thick.
It really is. It's long and thick. It's looking very full.
Yeah.
So is mine.
I know, it's coming in nicely, isn't it?
Man.
It feels like sandpaper. I hate my face in that sandpaper.
So Devin, you gonna do your own trim? You going to a shop? What you gonna do with it?
So I'll probably end up doing my own trim. I did my own trim back in like January or February it was. And it was actually decent. It was my first like major trim that I've done on my own. It actually turned out halfway decent. But I've been talking with Brian Beards and Banjos. So I'm going to kind of do something with him. I'll either go live on Instagram or on YouTube or something. And he's going to kind of help walk me through a beard trim. He's been doing that with a handful of guys in the community lately. He did it with Scott's a few weeks ago. And then today, just a little bit ago, he helped Mo kind of get his beard stash going.
Yep,
so
saw that, yeah.
I think what Brian's doing is super, super cool, man. He's it's super, super wise when it comes to beard trims and stuff like that. So I would love to see him maybe turn that into like some sort of see.
Oh, we lost you for a hot second.
We good now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, now,
Okay,
yeah.
there we go. Okay, yeah. Like I was saying, yeah, I think it'd be a really cool thing for him to turn into like a regular series, kind of get guys who want to trim their own beard and kind of walk them through a beard trim because he knows what he's doing when it comes to I mean, you look at Brian's beard, I'm just like, man, that thing is like the most perfectly sculpted facial hair man-made I've ever seen. The white stripe down the middle looks perfect. It's always shaped so clean and nice. So I'm like, I gotta start taking some notes from that guy. But,
Right. All right. So, question. I can't really answer it myself, but we are still part of the community, or at least I am. By the way, I ain't going anywhere in the community, guys. I know I don't got a beard, but the community is about brotherhood. It ain't. Well, I guess you could relate it to beards, but that's just what we bond over. So, what is in y'all's beard tonight? I can't answer, so I'm just gonna let my other two bearded hosts answer, and I'll go sit over here and cry.
I got
Y'all go ahead.
Poe by Chesapeake.
Okay.
Ooh, that's a good one. That's a very good one. I'm rocking a special one today. I finally got my hands on some Lux, and so I'm wearing 1912 today for the first time. And
What is 1912?
It is the most beautiful thing I've ever smelled in my entire life. That's the simplest way to put it. It is tobacco, coffee, cedar wood, and leather, and there's a few other things that nobody really knows what exactly is in it, but it's got like there's some sort of smoke in there. It's got like this smokiness to it, and my goodness, it is amazing. It is so good. I'm loving it. I'm already like I need to get some more stuff from Lux, and I've worn 1912 once, and I was ready to order some more stuff this morning because it was that good.
Oh yeah, it's great.
Let's see. Well, we got. I'll get to you in a minute, Corey. I promise you. We got some Cubano.
I need to try that one.
Beard gents.
I need to get that one too.
I say I need to get it too, but I'd be pretty much wasting. That'd be pretty much wasting it, wouldn't I?
Yeah,
I got so much beard oil and beard products that I don't even know what I'm gonna do. Let's see. Chesapeake French Crush, cool. I think Cribs unboxed one today.
Yeah. I think that. Yeah.
Chronic Wake and Bake.
Nice.
Blanco by Chesapeake. I haven't heard of that one.
Oh,
Roaster.
That's one
From
that
Fable.
I want. That is one that I want.
Me
the
too.
barista in me is like I have to have that one. I love coffee scents, and so the CBD line's incredible.
Chronic the Munchies. American Made Beard Company unreleased seasonal.
Oh, he got that on that down low.
Exclusive.
I love fall scents. That's what I'm gonna miss about ordering beard products is getting those fall scents. Like I see the Harvester came out, and then I see the Harvester came out, and then Tyson's gonna be re-releasing the Savior, which happens to be the first beard oil I ever got. So I might pick that up just because it brings me back to when I first started. I don't know. Like, I love the smell of the Savior, and that's what I'm going to miss is getting something in the mail and going, it smells fantastic. But I guess, with me experimenting with the channel, I might get other things that, might do that to me.
Right.
I don't know.
Absolutely.
So, Tevin, tell everybody how your day with Weatherbeard Supply Co. went. Okay, so let me just tell you, the guy from Weatherbeard is just odd, okay? He is super odd. He's goofy looking, and I'm kidding. I love Corey, and he's everything that you expect when you see him in his videos goofing off. I don't know, like it always makes me question if, and I'm not questioning it as if, I'm accusing you of being somebody else, but I always think if I run into Devin, is he going to be the same person? Or if I run into Matt, is he going to be the same person? I think about that with all, it doesn't matter if it's just them. It's with everybody. Is Dan the same? Is Ken the same? Is Corey the same? And when I met up with them they're exactly the same. And it was just like we've been friends for a long time. I mean, you do so much bonding over the internet. You're pretty much already friends. You're just, I don't know. It hit, when you see that person like right in front of you, other than on a computer screen, it's a little weird at first.
Yeah, I'm sure.
So when I ran into Ken at TJ Maxx, I mean, he had his mask on. I'm just like, this is weird. Like he's right in front of me, and that you get over that. Like you get over that awkward phase at first, and then you just start talking like, like nothing, as if you were talking on the internet. So it was pretty cool to get to hang out with Ken and Corey, and we made a day of it. We went to TJ Maxx and shopped, and Ken hated me because he was just like, I have my wife with me. Do you know how long we're going to be in the store that you recommended we meet at? I'm just like, sorry, buddy. So, and then Corey came and we went to eat, and they wanted Mexican. So I suggested a Mexican restaurant that I hadn't been to in a while, but I knew was there and I knew it was good. We get there, and Ken got there first. I pulled up, and Ken looked at me and said, "How are you sure you've been here before?" And I'm like, "Why?" And I look at the door, and in Kentucky we have the A, B, C ratings of the restaurant.
Right.
It was at a C, and I was like, "Oh." I mean, I haven't been to Paducah since quarantine, since all that started. Right. So I'm just like, oh, I guess we shouldn't eat there. So we pick another Mexican restaurant. We go and get coffee, and this is interesting, Devin. And I'll throw this up. I don't know if you make this or if where you work makes this.
Corey told me about this one. I think you're about to say.
We went to a coffee shop, and they had coffee cream soda.
Yeah, I've heard about that.
Do y'all make it though?
So our coffee shop, like the way we kind of run it is we have like a lot of drinks that are like pre-made drink ideas, but you can make just about anything you want. Anything that you want done, we can kind of create for you or make it happen for the most part. And so we do actually do like Italian cream sodas, and we actually have a coffee syrup flavor. So we have like coffee syrup and espresso syrup. So I'm sure we could probably do it. I'm gonna have to try and make that happen, or maybe even play around with like adding some espresso to a cream soda. I think it'd be pretty good.
It didn't sound good, but I was just like, I'm going through the menu and I don't recognize a single darn thing on that menu. I'm like, yeah, let me get what he's having. I don't know. I hate going to coffee shops, and I'm mostly a Frappuccino guy, like a frozen Frappuccino.
Oh,
so if I don't see that on the menu, I'm doomed.
You guys are missing out.
I don't really drink coffee like that. It's the Frappuccinos or something, but I just don't drink coffee like that, or really, not that I don't like it. I just don't really. I stay away from a lot of caffeine. The caffeine I drink is either in a protein shake or some kind of thing like that in the morning or something.
Okay.
Yeah, and then we went to the riverfront in Paducah, which is a beautiful site, and we hung out there for pretty much the rest of the day. And it didn't seem like neither of us wanted to go home, and that was cool. I didn't want to go home. I was having so much fun. I mean, I know Corey had to go on his way to Tennessee. Ken, he had a 3-hour drive back home, but it was really cool, and I hope to get to do that again. I hope I get to meet other people like you, Devin, Matt. Even though you're a Patriots fan, I'd love to meet you one day. But I mean,
wear a jersey.
Give him a jersey, Devin.
No, I'm gonna wear a Patriot jersey when I meet you.
Oh, when you meet
But
me.
I want a jersey from Devin too. I want it to say code on the back.
But
man. We'll figure something out. I'll tell you. I'll talk to Coach and
Matt.
We'll get something figured out.
Matt, you do realize that there's only a few people that are willing to wear his jersey, and that is Devin, his mom, and his girlfriend.
Me and Ken. We talked about this on Monday.
Yeah, man. I love it, man. I need all the fan support I can get. Maybe get my jersey sales, and who knows if we start making money off our likeness and our image, that means I can get some money in my pocket. So
Yeah.
All right. So, all right, we're about to wrap it up. Any last thoughts before we head out tonight, gentlemen?
nothing here on my end, man. It was an awesome night. Another, I think, really powerful night. Having such a inspirational guy like Swag. He's somebody who's always stood out in the community since I had first gotten involved. I kind of found him. Something's always kind of stood out with him, just the way he presents himself and carries himself, and his videos. Just like I said, it's like you're having a conversation with Swag, and it's a 30-minute video of him just talking directly to you, which I think is so cool. So it's really awesome getting to talk with him and hear some more about him. And I think Swag, somebody we all would love to just run up and give a bear hug to, and we all kind of look at and know we can call a friend, and it's like being a part of his family. So I think it's really cool getting to, just hear more from him and connect and hang out with him for a little bit. It was awesome. So
Absolutely agree.
All right. What about you, Matt? Anything you guys say
Uh,
other than go Patriots?
no, I was just
Go
saying,
Boston!
go Celtics for right now because playoffs start Monday. But it was a great stream. I've been trying to connect with Swag and get a phone call going in the past couple, maybe last month. Our schedules. I'd call, he'd be busy. He'd call me, I'd be busy. So it was great just talking to him on here. We've been trying to meet up or not meet up, but make a better time to talk. Just chat a little bit. He's a great guy. It's just like Devin said with the videos. I put his videos on. I put my phone in my pocket when I'm at work and have my headphones in, and like 30 minutes go by. It's just you don't even realize it. I'm like, oh crap, this video is over already. I could go on watch his videos just for hours.
yeah.
All right. And what I gotta say is that thank you guys for coming in. Thank you, Swag, Tyson. I mean, we gotta get Tyson back in, and Tyson said he had more to tell. I'm just like, man, you just do you know what you just spilled? Like, there's more.
Right.
Like, I look forward to talking more with Tyson, his new direction of the channel. Him not just being faithfully doing it. I love that. He's gonna be Tyson, and I appreciate that. And I don't know, it seems real, and it seems like we get more real with each other on this channel. And I welcome realness. I just don't welcome certain situations where I feel like I don't know, like that could be handled off the air,
Right.
Exactly.
So I look forward to each of your directions, gentlemen. I can't wait for you to put out more content. Devin, Matt, myself, I need to film actually here in a minute. I try to go get my kids. I need to do the new introduction of Ginger Dad,
Oh yeah.
Can't wait.
show everybody there's probably subscribers, that watch my videos that have no clue that I've shaven. So it'll be interesting. There's also people that are like, who's Ginger Dad? I don't remember subscribing to him.
Yeah.
So it'll
Who's
be
that guy?
interesting. So that's all we have for tonight, gentlemen. Thank you, everybody that came in the stream, liked it, commented. Seriously, appreciate you guys. I'm not sure who I'm going to be having on next week. We're just probably going to play it by ear. But seriously, guys, I hope you have a beautiful and blessed day. I love you guys. Good night.
Later.
Good night, guys.